Hey guys, Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor, bringing you the May housing market update. My goal here is to spend less time talking about the numbers and more time talking about what the numbers mean for you as a potential buyer or seller in Denver. My goal is to give you 3 things if you are a buyer that you need to know what's happening right now in the market, and 3 things if you are a seller, what's happening right now in the market. Once again, if you're new to the channel, Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor, I do a lot of market updates like this and things such as that on my channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. The biggest, most important number to talk about is our inventory went up 44%. The amount of homes for sale went up 44% to right around 3,200 homes. I think 3,204 to be exact, to make myself sound even more smart. Why is that important? 44%. That shows that the market is starting to slow down a bit, because for 2 years, inventory has been going down. Amount of homes for sale going down, amount of homes for sale going down, because low interest rates have been fueling this market. So this is the first time that we've seen a huge surge in the amount of homes for sale, which tells us that the market is starting to slow down a bit. Which that takes us right into thing to know number 1 if you are a buyer, 1 of 3, is that things are slower and they're slowing down, but they're still competitive. We peaked in the beginning of the year with the amount of showings in 1 week. We had 30,000 showings in 1 week when there was like 2,500 homes available. 2,500 homes available and 30,000 showings in 1 week. Last week, we had 22,000 showings with about 4,500 properties in the market. So you can see there's more homes to choose from and less buyers. So for a buyer, that means it's competitive, but it's still competitive, but it's not as competitive. So it's a good time to be buying right now because you have less competition. Thing to know number 2 for buyers is that if you are ready to buy, you want to do it sooner rather than later because interest rates are rising rapidly. And why that's important is for every 1% interest rates go up, that decreases your buying power by 10%. So here in Denver, when the average price is $700,000, if interest rates go from 4 to 5, which they have done already, you just lost $70,000 in buying power. So if you were able to be approved for $700,000, now you're going to be pre-approved for $630,000. And interest rates are going to continue rising this year, most likely, just not as aggressively as they have been going. So if you are looking to buy this year, I would start sooner rather than later. That is not me trying to convince you to buy a home if you're not ready to buy a home, but if you are wanting to buy, it's only going to get more expensive as interest rates rise and housing prices continue to go up. Which brings me to thing to know number 3 is when you are writing offers, a lot of buyers are making the mistake of coming in way too hot on their offers. What I mean by that is last month, the average close to list price ratio is 102%, meaning homes are selling for 2% over their asking price, 100% of what they wanted into. Right now, despite more buyers exiting the market and more homes hitting the market, we should have seen that number go down, but instead it went up to 107, which shows that too many buyers don't know the market has slowed down and they're coming in way too hot. If a home was for sale for $500,000, they're coming in saying, hey, I'll give you $570, when they could have came in and said, hey, I'll give you $520. The market is not as competitive, so you don't come in as hot on your offers. Okay, so that's 3 things to know if you are a buyer. Moving on to sellers is that we're talking about slowdowns, right? Hey, the market's slowing down, the market's slowing down. So is it a bad time to sell? If you need to sell, do you run the risk of not being able to sell your home? Well, that can't answer that question for every single person, but in the past few months ago, we hit the highest ever recorded odds of selling your home, of 87% chance of success in selling your home. That's the highest we've ever recorded it. And this past week, we went down to 81%. So we are still at a very high odds of selling. It is still very much so a seller's market. Normally, we have 14 to 16,000 homes for sale. Right now, we're at 3,000 homes. So while we're seeing an increase in inventory, we are still very short of inventory for where we should be at. So as long as you price your home correctly and do a good job preparing your home to sell, you should have no problem selling it because your odds of selling are 81%. Thing to know number 2 for sellers is do not try to take advantage of the market right now. This is not the same crazy busy market we were in just even a couple months ago. You got to be more conservative with your pricing. You don't want to swing for the fence. What you want to do if you really want to capitalize on getting the most amount of money for your home, capitalize on preparing your home to be the most beautiful home it possibly can be when you take it to market. This is not the time to push the boundaries on the pricing of your home. Instead, your strategy should be getting buyers to push the boundaries of your home, not by the price you set, but by how well prepared your home is and how well priced your home is, that it brings in all the buyers to bid that price up. That should be the goal. And thing to know, number 3, if you are a seller, is you don't have as much leverage as you did before when negotiating terms. A few months ago, we had 30,000 showings in 1 week and like 2,000 homes in the market. 30,000 showings, 2,000 homes, you could ask for whatever you wanted in terms of the terms. However, now 22,000 showings and 4,000, sometimes 4,500 homes in the market, buyers have more options. So you got to be willing, you want to be open to negotiating more. You might have to do a few repairs on the home. You might have to maybe drop the price if you're not selling within the first week or so. You overall want to remain more open to negotiations, as opposed to before, sellers could just basically say, I want what I want, take it or leave it. So be more open nowadays. Well, there we have it, guys. That is the May market update. I hope you found this helpful. I think this is the beginning of a big market shift, not a correction or a crash or a pop. I don't believe any of that's going to happen, but just a more a normalization of the market is where I think we're heading. We're going to start seeing more and more homes hit the market. Instead of seeing homes appreciate 10% in 1 month, we're going to start hopefully seeing a much lower level of appreciation. And I think this is very much so what the housing market needs, which is a slowdown. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd absolutely love to help you. I love making these videos. I love Denver. I love Colorado. And I'd love to help you with any real estate needs that you have. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, because that would be 2 thumbs up. So awesome. And guys, thank you so much. Have a great day.